And I'm going to straight come out and ask, why are there so many people upset about this video I did about pixel art? This is an educational video about history, gaming history. I'm not making a value judgment here. Older pixel art used the limitations of the CRT to smooth itself out. Newer pixel art is purposefully blocky to evoke a retro aesthetic. They're two different things, and that's fine. It's based on a false nostalgia, but this happens a lot in the art world. Famous Greek and Roman sculptures were likely painted, but we remember them as unpainted. Sistine Chapel had a very different color palette when it was first made than what we see today. These works of art stand out in our cultural memory as one thing, but when they were first made, they were designed to be another thing. And that's fine. That happens in art all the time. Present-day cultural memory is different from history. That's not bad. It just makes them two different things. There are a lot of people commenting really interesting parallels in other creative fields. One person commented about how the modern IPA is very different from how original IPAs were brewed. Another compared this to cross-stitch, yet another compared it to modern operatic singing. They're all examples of how our current cultural practice is different from the original historical version of this art. That doesn't make our current practice bad, and it doesn't make the historical practice good, or vice versa. It just means that as time goes on, things change. Understanding the reasons for those changes, the how and why, can give us insight into how the art form might evolve going into the future. That's what art history is all about. So for the people who took this video as an attack, it's not an attack. It's art history. You can have and enjoy your modern day pixel art. Draw it. You could choose it as an art style for your game development projects. It's a great way to develop a game on little time and budget. Like I said at the end of this very video, modern day sprite art is a skill to be respected. It is an art form that is very important to our current age of gaming. It's still using a different set of techniques and motivations than the original sprite art that was shown on a CRT did, and a different set of techniques and motivations that the sprite art shown on the screen of a GBA did. Hardware affects your experience. Today, we take hardware into account when we develop games. Game developers in the past did the same thing. That's why their sprite art was designed for CRT TVs, or handheld monitors, or whatever hardware their game was designed for. Use the effects of the scan lines, of light bleed, of dithering, of the smooth refresh rate to create artistic effects in their sprite art. Modern day pixel art doesn't. It's designed for totally different hardware for a totally different reason. And that's fine. It's good, but that doesn't erase the history. This is the history. Considering so many people got personally offended when I just talked about the history, I have to ask, gamers, are you okay? Have you eaten today? Have you drank water? Maybe take a nap.